Market caught a nice bid yesterday. Looked like we had a decent shot at closing up here. Right at the end of the day, we got hit. Draghi's comments out of the ECB this morning, pulling down Europe and us with it. I did bid into this spike low from yesterday morning, and we held there so far. Watch to see if we can get back above 214. 214 and a quarter to 214.40 seems like a spot where we would pop to potentially. It's been resistance the last few days. And that's where we are on that. On the IWM side, we did take out that 121.50, but right at the end of the day came down, closed into it. We're below again, so looks a little bit weaker to me now, IWM, but not much going on there. All right, so before I talk about the 4 stocks I have listed for fresh news, I don't love any of these stocks. I've had issues with all of them, trading them over the years, but they're the ones that are potentially set up for some decent moves. So let's take a look. Verizon's actually okay. It's just a little bit thick. The volatility is not that great. That's my only real issue with it. The numbers were okay. At first, when I saw the year-over-year revenue decline, I thought, oh, maybe we might have something there from the short side. But then when I saw the reasons behind it, really wasn't much of a negative.
Very good discussion.
So here's what the action looks like the last few months. Support on the daily is around 49.20 or so. It's where we were a few minutes ago. Usually you have the support going back to February of this year, and then May. Now, since it made a lower high here at 56, the sellers have been in control. It's riding this downtrend channel. All right, so they're on a conference call, so perhaps that's what caused this buying to start. It was playing around with this 49 area, below this longer-term support level. It held this here twice, so the better percentage play is probably being long against 48.80 down here, and seeing if it can kind of work its way back up, at least to 49.5, and then 50 is resistance. What I put on the sheet, yeah, 50 and 50.60 are the longer-term levels. It's pretty methodical. They're being bought at 90, then they stepped it up to 98. It's 500,000 shares. So we'll see right on the open if it flushes down into this area here, 49, a little bit below, gets back above 49.10, something like up to here, or potentially all the way up here. Its ETR is only 53 cents, so catching 30 cents plus in this thing in a single move is pretty good. The next one is SCSS. So SCSS, the same-store sales were really bad, and we know that. Remember, Tempur-Pedic, whoever they merged with like a month or two ago, they warned. And so, to me, there might be something bigger going on here in this industry. I don't know if it's because millennials are buying from Casper and these other online mattress sellers, but there's something going on here. And it's gapping down, not quite to where it gapped down here in February, which was in the 16 area. It actually bottomed in the 14s, but this is in play. Potentially this area here, 15.5, 16. Right now it's in this 18 area where I was offering in front of 18 to get short. So basically you have this stock got cut in half and it rallied all the way back up to above this resistance here. A bunch of people got out here, and now bad news. So you have this area is back in play. Holding below 1750 after the open, you're looking for a move down into the 16s, and potentially all the way down to $15 over the next couple of days. Go back further. Eesh. So the last 5 years, it's basically just been this massive, wild consolidation. And 14 went lower the last time it went down. So this is the spot, 16, 1770 right now. On the open, if they try to buy it on the gap down, maybe it pops up here to 18.5 or something. But the focus is for a pop and failure. The SPYs have bounced about 35 cents. All right, AXP. So AXP, the numbers were good, but the reaction is way out of line. So the only thing I figure is there's just huge negativity on the stock. Bank of America did have a sell, have it as a neutral. So perhaps people got really wound up about them losing the Costco deal, and the thing came off from 90 down to 50, which is kind of crazy. Maybe people are thinking, things aren't that bad now. It's a 20% haircut from 94. 19. That's the high 70s. 30% haircut is right here, 67, something like this. I guess that's what people are thinking. It's going to work its way back up to here. $66.5, 67 resistance. What did I put on there? I put 66.5. So we'll watch right on the open. First move took it up to 64.5. Does seem like it could have $1.50 range today. Maybe even $2 if they press it. ATR is normally $1.11. But profit taking right on the open, you want to see what it does into this consolidation from the after hours. If it holds here, 64.35 to 64.50, go right back up. We've been seeing that pattern lately since the earnings season started. Consolidates and it's above 65 after 10 a.m., even above, let's say, 65.40. Look to the that 66.50 long-term resistance. Yeah, eBay is another one that's a pretty bad stock. PSCO, one that has 1.8 million. This one warned, I think. That's why it was. Here's the 30-minute. So we had this move already where it went from 82 down to 70. And the numbers came in slightly above, so you would think it would move back into this consolidation range. That would be the most natural thing for it to do. So the good news is it's actually below that consolidation range right now. So you can look to see how it behaves when the market opens. Coming into earnings, they sold it a little bit here into 65 and change. 65.5, I think, is what I put on the sheet. gets back above the 67 here, look for it to just trade back up in this consolidation range. Normally $1.20, so you can see this trading in a $2 to $3 range today. Looks like the SPY's failed at 214. And then somebody asked about eBay. So eBay, I thought eBay has been a short for the last couple of years, and it always seems to somehow bounce back. They did spin off PayPal, which was the best thing they had going for it. So I don't know if this was last quarter. Maybe this was after the PayPal spin-off. It ran from 26.5 up to 32. So it's kind of interesting. There's a lot of people long in here from above 31 and then from above 30. So if you're operating under the assumption that people are trapped, I'm having flashbacks to the last few years whenever I short this, and it looks like a good short. So initial reaction down, pops to 30 feet. Now it's holding below 30. It's holding below 30. You want to be short it. And it is very liquid, so trades 10 million shares a day. The next one is BANC. Yesterday we had the pattern that after a big down move like this, you'll get positive news, and sometimes people will sell it because they're still nervous about it. In that case, that trade actually worked for me. I shorted it here right in the open. It came off $1. Then I lost track of it, but it did make a higher low. Now it's up again today, so it seems like most of the fear is gone. It's in the low on the open, then they bought it at 13, then they bought it a little bit higher. End of the day, they did sell it, but it was a little bit higher. Now this morning it's at 14. The way I would look at this is see if it makes another higher low today, 13.5, 1360, something like that. See if it can continue to crawl its way back and erase this down move. Because it is down a lot, from the 20s. And then this move even started from 16. So it's starting to act more like it could work its way back up there. Tesla. So Tesla we talked about yesterday in the chat, and the shorts got nervous that they might be moving up production in the Model 3, I think. That's what I think it was driving it mainly. They came out and said everything has self-driving hardware, which is very cool. I think people with Teslas probably within 2 or 3 years are going to have full autopilot, which is forcing the government to kind of move on that, which is kind of nice. But from a trading standpoint, it was definitely a sell the news situation. Unfortunately, people recognize that early, so we're already down a few dollars from yesterday. So the way you have to look at it versus yesterday's action is it bottomed in the low 98s, then it held 200. So what you're looking at this morning is, does it hold 200 here? If it does, perhaps they'll pop it up into this area right here, 203 to 203.50. But and then I would look to see if it makes that lower high. This was the final squeeze yesterday, then it made a lower high. Today you'd look to see if it makes a lower high. There. Halliburton was up on earnings, and the oil getting to 52 helped it. It topped out at 50, natural whole number divisible by 10. This morning oil is a little bit weak, so it's below 49. This area right here, 48.50, was really good support after that initial pop on the open. And that's what I'd be focused on right on the open, see if it holds there. And if it pops 49.30 or 49.50, it's potential resistance. GNC. The only reason I put GNC on here really is an example of why I have scripts, and I personally didn't do a good job on this yesterday. So you see the news on the Chinese potential buyers. To me, it's like, it might move, it might not. It's like an okay thing to take note of. But what you do want to do is understand what a good spot to buy it is. And so to me, 2020 to $20 is the good risk reward buy for a move potentially. I think we talked about up to this here. I didn't put my script in, so I didn't get it. I probably would have just barely gotten it because it just spiked below 2020 for a few seconds, but still you have the script in there. You risk your 20, 30 cents, and and then you have it for this move to here, and then you kind of see what happens. Now, it's a pretty bad risk reward. But if you're long it from into $20, you're in a position of strength to see if this thing actually goes up, maybe all the way back up to this 23.5 area. Where got crushed from. So A&F's another tough stock, very just like the ones I talked about earlier, and it's not moving or trading at all in the pre-market, so I'll pass on that. It's already 9:12. As always, be patient and good luck.
Hope you enjoyed that video. You can actually watch that video if you're subscribed to our Trader 90 before the market even opens. What stocks are in play? What levels in those stocks are important? And how we might go about attacking that stock. That's Steve Spencer, 20-year veteran trader, laying it out there every morning before the market even opens. A really, really powerful tool to start your session off on the right foot. So right now we're offering a trial that you can take advantage of to access this meeting and other meetings throughout the day. We have a meeting at 11 a.m. Eastern where you can sit down with Mike Bellafiore and listen to him talk about what's going on during the morning session, what stocks were in play, what the best trade opportunities were, as well as maybe some things that we're looking at heading into the afternoon session. So I really encourage you to take advantage of that trial.